Hello, my crafty friends. Today we are going to be adding a flip out ephemera to our reference journal / ideas journal. So this is what we will be making. You'll only need one 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and it is so fun and easy to make, my friends. I think you'll just have fun, making these for your journals or, your scrapbooks, whatever you wish. I will show you how to do that now, and hopefully you will enjoy this quick process. Now, I do have a video for this journal, which I will link below, and you can see step by step how we put that together. Oh, and at the end of the video, if you stay to the end, you'll see a little sneak peek of a magazine I recently found, and I think it would be something really great for you to check out. Okay, so I make sure that I'm using a page that I can turn in any direction, just so that I don't have to worry about what's top and what's bottom. So your first score is at 4, and then your next score is at 8. And then you turn your page and you do it again. So all we're doing is scoring at 4 inches and at 8 inches, and then you're turning your page 4 inches and then 8 inches again. And again, remembering your direction of your paper, that will make a difference. But the one I am showing you here, it can be put in any direction. And this is my favorite way to use one, single-sided sheets of paper, is when we can change directions. And when we're working on the projects, it doesn't matter which way it's facing. So of course I should have scored my lines a little bit better, but I was making a bit of a mess here. When you're scoring your lines, make sure that you make them nice and crisp. I had forgotten to do that, and that just really helps you in the long run when you're folding paper, so that it doesn't rip apart and that everything folds how it's supposed to. Okay, so I'm just making sure that it folds on all the directions that we scored at, because it will be useful when we're putting this together. So as you can see, I'm just making sure that everything is nice and crisp. Any tools that I use in the video, I will try and link them below, because I usually get asked and I often forget. So I will link those below in case you're interested. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler and we're going to make a few lines, because they will be our guidelines on where to cut. Okay, so that's what we'll be doing next. So grab your pencil and your ruler, and we're just going to make a line from this top point of our score line to the bottom of your paper. Okay, so I'll show you on this side, and then we'll do it again in all the spots. So we're making a line from the top to the bottom. These will become our cut lines, and this is what's going to help us, keep everything lined up to where we want it to go. And then I'm going to show you just a different way that I'm going to cut them once we're done, just to give them a little sort of more, what's the word I'm looking for, so that the pockets are a little bit deeper, okay? But first we're cutting at the lines, and I'm just cutting right up to the first score line that we made. And then I'll do the same to the other side. Now remember, when you're setting all this up, you have figured out which direction your paper is facing, so you know where you're cutting your lines. Okay, so here I'm going to cut below my score line, and maybe like 1/8 of an inch, or maybe a little bit more. Okay, see this? I'm just leaving like a little gusset, and we'll be doing this to both sides. Now, if I forgot to mention, because I think I did, this was not my original idea. Oh my gosh, I had written down her name and now I completely forgot. Seven Plaza is the video that I saw that she made this project. Now, she kind of cuts everything with, those X-Acto knives. I personally like to use my scissors for these projects, so that's kind of why I'm doing this, but she cut everything with the X-Acto knife. And I've added like another pocket to mine, but anyways, I'll just walk you through the process. But that is where I had seen this idea, which I thought, yay, I want to use this in my reference journal / ideas journal. If you don't know what that is and you're new to my channel, it's just different types of journals that we've made where we add things to the pages that are ideas that we want to sort of reference when we're making another journal, and we want to add, like, let's say different pockets or tuck spots or flip out things, that sort of stuff. So this one is one of those now that's going to be like a flip down, flip up type of pocket holder. And I love it because it is using those, 12 by 12 sheets of paper that most of us have. And some of them, we just don't know what we want to do with them. So I think this is such a perfect project for them. Okay, so you see that I've cut out all the edges where we did our lines there with our pencil mark. And now I'm just folding over those little kind of extra bits of paper that we're using, almost to give the little pockets like a little extra, so like to give them just enough space to add more things to them. So I think this is kind of very helpful when you're making pockets, to just give them a little extra at the bottom and sometimes on the sides, so that you can fit more things into the pockets. And I'm sure you know what I mean. Okay, so here I'm upside down, but you get what I'm doing. I've just folded over the little flap we left, and then I'm adding glue to it so that when we add it to our other side of our flappy page there, or our pocket, each pocket has a little bit of give to it. Like it gives you more space to add things to the pocket. Okay, so we'll just keep doing this down, and I'm making sure that my fold lines are working properly and that everything folds nicely together. So we'll just keep doing this to this one. I have shown you a few different versions of these ideas / reference journals, and I will link those below if you haven't seen them. I actually have made one in a traveler's notebook size, and I've also made one that is like the larger size that you see here, where we're adding this one. By the way, I'm still slowly moving into my craft space and trying to reorganize and of course find my items. And in doing so, I actually found one of my favorite little tools that I had forgotten about. So I will show you that in a few minutes, but it's so fun to refine things again in my craft space. I will definitely be showing you a sort of before and after of my new craft space once it's all ready to go. I'm hoping to have that up very soon. And then of course, I'll be sharing some of my organization ideas and that kind of stuff as well, because, resetting your space again and kind of making everything go where it's supposed to, it takes a little time if you're moving from place to place. And I'm sure many of you know what that is. So I will show you that when it's done. Okay, so here you just see I'm just gluing all the bottoms to the opposite pockets, and now we've got our 3 little pocket fold out, whatever we call this, ephemera holder. Now this would also be perfect if you're going to be sending something out to a pen pal. Once we do the closure, you'll see what I mean, because it closes up so nicely and you can just have everything tucked in and sent to a friend. So this is the little tool I was talking about. I love it because it's not like the circle of a hole punch, but it's that little slit that just, I don't know, it's just a little nicer finishing. So anyways, that's what she reminded me about, the tool that I had. She didn't have that. She used kind of like a die for it, but I remember I have that. And I will link that below if you're interested. My Amazon favorite supplies list. I think I have a Canada one and a US one as well. Just in case you're interested in that little tool. So I'm just trying to figure out, the best way to tie the ribbon. I think I'll kind of maybe do something a little bit different after. I'm not sure. I do like the sari silk though with it, but I didn't have a lot of ribbon at this point. Again, things are still packed up and I'm kind of slowly pulling things out of their bins and, finding where they are. So I happen to have this sari silk around it, so of course I decided to use it, and I think it's just a nice color as well. It goes really nicely with the tones of this little flip out fold up thingamabob. All right, so there's that, and then the next thing I think I want to do is I might want to add, show you how I'm going to add it to the journal page, just so you can get some ideas. If you haven't seen the tutorial for this journal, we have one for the cover, which we made by repurposing lots of pieces. And then I also have one where I show you how I've added the pages And most of the pieces that are already added to the pages, I also have tutorials for them as well. So I will link that below if you're interested in seeing how we've put this together, and then all the different items we've added to the different pages as well. Okay, so now I'm just trying to figure out where I want to glue this, and I think this is the perfect page for it. So I will be gluing this to the page, and then I think we will add another pocket to it. I'll show you in a moment because we have so many of those little leftover bits and pieces as well. And again, I think I might actually come back at some point and decorate this front of this little flip out, because I think there's enough space here that, you know, I can do some decorating and embellishing, I should say. The inside, of course, not, because then it would get too bulky, but maybe the top of it, I could add a few more things, maybe do a little bit of collaging or something. So this is my favorite glue to use, my wet glue, because it does not warp your pages. It really adheres everything really nicely. And again, it's one of my favorites to use. So I will link that below if you're interested. I often get asked and I often forget to link it. So I will try and remember to do that today. So you can see I just added glue to the back of the center basically of it, because I know that then it's going to have the flip out to the top and to the bottom, and then we'll have lots of spaces to add our ephemera. So again, I think I might decorate this or embellish it a little bit, just the top cover. And then you can see now how this is looking. So I think I will definitely be adding another pocket. I think I'll add another pocket here because, I mean, we do have a lot of these. I will probably reuse and repurpose them for other projects, but since we already have this here, I think I'll just add another pocket to it. As I said before, this can easily be left out of your journal, and you can use it to send ephemera out to your friends, and it would be just really nice to have something extra like this. I did want to also mention that I will be updating you on the glue book we recently made. If you haven't seen that video, I will link it below. We repurposed so many items to make this. It was so fun. Okay, and once I finish this, I'm going to show you that little sneak peek of the magazine. As I mentioned, I recently found it and I thought I would show you because it comes with something really neat that I hadn't seen before, and I think it could be very useful. So if you stay to the end, you get to see the sneak peek of this magazine. I just found it today and I'm super excited about it because it has a scoreboard, and the scoreboard comes with also some guidelines on how to make a few different things. And so I thought this would be really nice to have if you don't have a scoreboard and you wanted to make like a pillow box or the milk carton or a gift box. I'm sure we can figure out other ways to use it. It is in centimeters, as I noticed, because it's a UK magazine. I can't wait to go through the magazine, but I'm super excited that I got these little extra templates to make also, I believe, a bow and a few other things that they've mentioned. All right, my friends. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Have you seen my previous videos before, or is this your first time seeing my channel? And let me know if you make some. And if you do, don't forget to tag me on Instagram or Facebook. And also check out my blog. I will be trying to update that as well. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.